Hello, I'm Sheryl McCarthy of the City University of New York. Welcome to One to One. There are 8 million stories in the naked city, or so we've been told, and over the years we've heard a lot of them. Bronx tales, Manhattan adventures, stories about children growing up in the brownstones and housing projects of Brooklyn. But not until now have we read about what it was like growing up among the working class Italian and Irish residents of a little-known island in Jamaica Bay known as Broad Channel. In her new book, The Clancys of Queens, Tara Clancy opens a door on that oh-so-New York community and on the colorful, raucous, and loving family members who left a permanent mark on a rambunctious little girl who would grow up to be a writer. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So Tara, you are a child of Queens from a blue-collar Irish and Italian family. Your parents divorced when you were 2, and you spent a lot of time shuttling back and forth from your father in Broad Channel to your mother's home in Rosedale. Was it Rosedale?
Belrose. It was Rosedale, then Belrose.
Okay, and to your grandparents' house, which is also in Queens. A very colorful family. Tell me something about the Riccobonos and the Clancys.
Oh man, the Riccobonos and the Clancys. So the Riccobonos, obviously my Italian side, the Clancys are my Irish side. They're both enormous, big families. I have exactly 40 first cousins combined. And they're great. I mean, just great, colorful people. I'm very happy growing up with both of them. Both sides of my family, I felt really close.
Your grandmother, Rosalie Riccobono, seemed like she was probably the most colorful.
She sure was. And she was my hero, you know. She was just this full of gusto, tough Brooklyn, great woman to grow up around, you know. She was such an inspiration. You know, there was nothing meek about my grandma.
Like to say, was it fanjul?
Can we say that?
We can say that because it's in Italian.
We can say without translating. Right, there we go.
Broad Channel, which was where your father lived, you know, after he and your mother split up, and where you would spend, I guess, alternate weekends with him, seemed like a place like no other.
Yeah.
Describe it for me.
I mean, it's like growing up, you know, with this Mark Twain, Huck Finn, you know, but on the water in New York, and it's very hidden. I mean, people who have grown up here don't, you know where it is. If you grew up in Brooklyn, you might never have heard of Broad Channel. It's this little breadcrumb of an island, kind of between the mainland Long Island of Queens and Rockaway. So a lot of people just pass right on through, don't realize that it's its own little town, and then it wasn't even connected to the main New York City like sewage lines until the 90s. So it's really kind of isolated.
The main business is a porta potty.
Yeah,
was a porta potty business.
Still is.
Is it still
yes.
Really? Okay. Lots of boats.
Yep.
Eateries like the Big Bow Wow restaurant. Sounds like a fun place to be, though. And your father actually lived in what was a converted boat shed?
Yes, it was a boat shed that had been turned into like a little sort of studio. It almost kind of looked like a little trailer, but it was converted into a little tiny house. But it was a great place. I mean, just boats and dunes and crabbing and fishing on the water. I mean, it's not what anybody would imagine growing up in New York City is like, but you can see the skyline. You can see the Manhattan skyline in the distance, this little sort of tiny, teeny, you know, bit of geometric shapes, and no, that's Manhattan. And there's a subway stop, and you can get the subway. But here you are, you know, fishing in a little tiny rowboat, you know, so.
And your father was a cop.
Father was a cop.
A warrant officer, really.
Yeah, he was a warrant squad, which sort of makes him like a bounty hunter for the NYPD. It was, yeah.
During the week, I guess before you were in school, you would stay with your grandmother, Rosalie Riccobono, and her husband. And tell me about visiting what you call the geriatrics of 251st Street.
Yeah, so my mother and I ultimately lived with my grandparents. They lived on the top floor, we lived on the bottom floor. And then they so happened to live next door to 2 other elderly Italian couples. And it was heaven for me. It was like this little paradise world that I dubbed the geriatrics of 251st Street. And I would just bounce between all these houses like the little mayor, you know, and I'd stop off one place and they'd give me a little orange juice and I'd stop off another, you know, it was just this, it was great.
And then at some point, Another home entered the picture, the home of your mother's boyfriend, Mark, a very successful business consultant who had an estate in Bridgehampton.
Yeah.
So you would go from the converted boat shed in Broad Channel to the geriatrics at 21st Street to this mansion.
Yep, I sure did.
And a limousine would actually pick you up at the boat shed and take you up to the Hamptons?
And it was about the same size as the boat shed. These were the stretch limousines of the 80s that were popular. Yeah, it was unique. It was a unique little sliver. But the thing that I like to sort of call attention to is that, my mother didn't want this knight in shining armor. She didn't say, come in and pay my bills and move me to the Upper East Side. She was like, I'm a very proud woman. She was the second woman in our family to ever graduate high school, the first to go to college, male or female. And she was just very proud and wanted her life and her career. And so she wasn't like, we're here to take any money. We're happy to take an invite to your mansion to go to your house. But
she always continued to work.
She continued to work. I grew up entirely in Queens, but every odd weekend, a limo might show up and take me to his house. And they had that arrangement, this sort of weekend relationship, for 22 years.
Tell me about Mark's house.
Oh man, I mean, it was something. It was this sort of old farmhouse that had been on the cover of House Beautiful magazine, and then there was 3 houses on the property. So there was this beautiful old, maybe 5-bedroom farmhouse. Then there was a barn that he had converted into a sitting room. It was beautiful, and then a little cottage. There was a croquet court. He had an official,
a real croquet court,
like a British croquet court,
not like the kind you buy at this croquet set you buy at Sears.
That's right. Kind. No, this was of something like, this was really something. And then there was this wild pool that he installed.
For you.
Basically for me. Yeah, I know. It didn't occur to me until I wrote the book. But there wasn't a pool, and I used to get one of those little inflatable baby pools, which he thought was tacky and terrible. And so one day he said, I'm going to put in a pool. But he was an eccentric guy, and he wanted this pool to look like it was just natural or as close to like a pond as possible. And so he had this thing built of layers of stone, and so you would almost not know it was a pool. It was like a lagoon built for me.
You described growing up untethered, and was that because you moved around so much?
Yes. Yeah. But what I realized is that what kept me, from going off into the atmosphere and maybe not having such a good time was the people, in my life. I was a little untethered, certainly in class hopping, or as I think I said, social strata hopping. But the people in my life kept me tethered.
You were a loud, unfiltered, tomboyish, mischievous girl. Mm-hmm. But your relatives didn't seem to try to tamp you down. They seemed to accept you.
They did. Yeah, they really did. Which I guess as you get older, you realize how great that is. They were just kind of accepting of who I was, and I've kind of, I feel like there's a little bit of a stereotype that maybe working class people are less progressive, especially when it comes to the gay stuff. But that's not my experience. Everyone's like, that's Tara. That's who she is. She's wearing boy sneakers, and I looked then like I look now.
And you would actually, your father would take you from an early age, and you two would hang out at the bars together, right?
Yeah, he had a bar restaurant that was his local hangout, and I went with him, and
was that great. The Big Bow Wow, or was that a different place?
No, the Big Bow Wow is a little, this was a place called Gregory's. Yeah, and it was my dad's local, and again, a great, diverse crew of people, which was a gift to grow up around. People from different parts of the world, gay couples, straight couples, construction workers, lawyers. It just ran the gamut, and to see all those types of people be friends with each other, be a family to each other, it's a good thing for a little kid,
It's saying, why is it that the Irish bar and the Italian bars, everybody in them, they all seem to have nicknames?
Yeah, we do that. When you got 10 Johns, you have to have Big John, Little John, and Johnny Hat, and
Crazy John. You didn't have many friends in grammar school because you were a little different until you met Esther. Tell me about Esther, a Jewish girl.
Esther, who is still my best friend. Esther was a Jewish girl who was about as the opposite of me as possible. I was this little crazy wound up thing, and she was, really goody two shoes and thin and tall and long dark hair, and I was small and scrappy. But she.
So what drew you two together?
I think I always say it was weirdness, but we were both a little bit weird, but we also both had a little bit of an interesting story. We both had something that kind of set us a little bit apart from the rest of working class Queens. For me, it was this strange little third sliver of my life of going to the Hamptons, and for her, there was some interesting stuff in her background that kind of made her different. Her mom was also super educated and worldly, which was not something, and everybody else around us had a mom like that, and so I think that having a little bit of a strange backstory drew us together. Yeah.
And you're inseparable, really, pretty much, right?
Have been ever since, yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. On to middle school 172, a more diverse student population. Now, that was not in Broad Channel, or was it?
No, it wasn't. I didn't go to school in Broad Channel. I always went to school in Belrose, where my mom and my grandparents were. And 172 was over there. Yeah, definitely a little bit more diverse. I mean, it's Queens though, so when we say diverse, like we really mean it. Like it's not. We've got everything covered. If there's not a person there from Malta, we're like, wow, this is homogeneous.
And you talk about hip hop being the rage.
Oh yeah.
In middle school.
90s Queens. I mean, Queens, like that hip hop was everything. In fact, so much so that I had to seek out rock music when I got older.
And so were there a lot of black students?
There were
in the school?
There was as many black students probably as there was Latino students, as there was Asian students. It was I think there was a kind of even split. And white students, Pakistani, Indian, big population in Belrose where I grew up. But it didn't matter, Another thing I always like to say to people is we were all into hip hop, and we all had this accent. This accent has been sort of associated with Italians and Jews in pop culture. But
you're saying everybody had it?
Koreans, Chinese, Filipino. I mean, I'm telling you, because this part of Queens, eastern part of Queens, is multi-generational New Yorkers. There's a little less sort of new immigrants, which is the western parts of Queens. Mm-hmm. So people who've had a couple generations under their belt have this accent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew?
We're going to take a short break, then we'll be back with more with the storyteller, Tara Clancy, after this message. Welcome back to One to One. I'm Sheryl McCarthy of the City University of New York, and I'm talking with Tara Clancy, the author of The Clancys of Queens. It's just been published by the Crown Publishing Group. In middle school, you also met Lynette, a tough girl. You and Esther and Lynette became a threesome. You had, aside from Esther, you had some tough friends. I know there was Allie later. You had some tough girls.
I had some tough girls. Yeah, Lynette, Esther, and I. We are still the best of friends. So
that's amazing.
All these years. Oh yeah. And we remained together. Her family became the Selena family. Is a second family to mine. My mom and her mom became best of friends. So, yeah.
Now, the summer before high school, your mother took you on a trip to Los Angeles to visit her only lesbian friend. Your mother seemed to realize, even before you did, that you were a lesbian. Mm-hmm. And I find that incredibly, how many moms, that's incredible. What was it like meeting Rosemary, who ran an S&M shop?
All right. So, for one, it's not so rare. I have a couple of friends, when you sort of do the tomboy thing, as a kid, mom starts to go, maybe there's something going on here. And so that was my mom.
But they usually don't take you to visit a lesbian friend.
They do not.
Usually try to dress you up in pink and frilly clothes.
Yeah, but both my parents were great with me. So my mom had this one lesbian friend that she had gone to college with, and she thought it was important for me to see that she had a friend that was a lesbian. It was this beautiful gesture, right? She was going to take me to LA to meet this person and say, you see, it's okay. No good deed goes unpunished, though. It turns out Rosemary worked in this S&M shop, and there was a wild miscommunication between the two of them, and my mom didn't know that she worked there, and Rosemary thought I was a lot older than I was, and so we show up to meet her, and here she is in this shop. And
how old were you?
I was 14.
Okay.
And my mom kind of had this split second to make the decision, right? She was like, here, I've flown you across the country to do this beautiful gesture, to meet this person, to feel comfortable. And I'm either going to yank you out of here because of the nature of this shop and make the start of this trip supremely uncomfortable, or I'm going to field a few questions about sex toys that maybe I didn't want to. And you know, she chose the former. She thought it was more important for me to meet this person. And somehow, I don't even know why. I don't know how they accomplished it, but they made it seem very normal. They were we kind of avoided the thing, you know, the S&M, the sex toy store. We were just like,
did any bells go off for you when you met Rosemary, or no?
Yeah.
They did?
They did, and I still didn't really understand what it meant, but I have a memory of her in this black leather motorcycle jacket and me feeling like, I want that jacket. Like the way that she dressed. And I was like, that's what I am. You know, there was this kinship. I mean, so in a way, my mom did this great thing and it worked out exactly as she wanted. I was like, wow, that's it. I didn't yet equate that with sexuality. You know, I didn't still put it all together. I didn't come out until I was 19 and have a girlfriend until I was 19. But yeah.
In high school, you're at St. Mary's. This is where you meet Allie, another tough girl. And you all were up to a lot of mischief, sneaking out at night, borrowing your mother's car, driving to Manhattan, going to clubs with fake IDs, smoking weed, drinking. Your parents never caught on to this?
No, we were pretty good. We were pretty good at keeping it. We were pretty good at keeping it under wraps, and we didn't get in insane amounts of trouble. You know, I guess it kind of seems big when you rattle it all off like that. But we somehow managed to. We stuck together. We didn't get in too much trouble
until you got kicked out of school because of a prank you played in the chemistry lab.
That's right. We played a prank and we got kicked out. We got asked to leave that school, St. Mary's. Yeah.
Throughout, I guess from the time you're about 4 or 5, Mark, your mother's boyfriend, was really a steady, kind, generous, very influential presence in your life. Tell me about how the impact that he made on you.
Yeah, he really made an incredible impact. So Mark had this amazing. He was a self-made guy. He was not he was a guy who was from a mill town, in Rhode Island, and he just had this amazing way of sort of treating everybody like they were a peer, even a group of young teenage kids from Queens. And so the biggest impact he had is that he just talked with me, and then ultimately with my friends, as if we were peers, and he loved to kind of instigate these huge, existential conversations. And it was life-changing to just have somebody, think you were worthy, of asking those questions, that your answers mattered, that got you thinking about the world in bigger terms. So he really, really changed my life, and just in that, which is I think important. Just talking, when we just have talking amongst people from different backgrounds, that can be life-changing.
Okay. I want to read a little passage from the book, and this is about when you going into a bodega in Queens. It's closing in on 8 a.m. and it's mayhem inside the no-name bodega on 179th Street and Hillside Avenue. Like peasants in revolt, the mob at the front counter pump their plastic packages of Drake's cakes, Little Debbie honey buns, and wax paper wrapped buttered rolls in the air, waiting for the guy behind the register to point at them and scream, 50 cents, 75, $1.50, before they slap down their stacks of coins and bulldoze out the door. In the back, it's 3 deep at the deli counter, heads popping up and down like the moles in whack-a-mole, up on tiptoe to place an order. Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, hot sauce, coffee light and sweet, make that 2. Going back down to wait, up again when the guy calls out that it's ready, to yells of, yo, that's mine. Back down as a chain of outstretched hands crowd surfs the food to the waiting customer. And though the breakfast may differ, every single one of those hands belonged to a teenage girl, each one unique with regard to the severity of her don't blank with me stare, or her lack or overabundance of gold jewelry and makeup, or whether she has a penchant for airbrushed fingernails, but all of them wearing identical white button-down shirts, pleated wool skirts, and matching vests. Now, my question for you, which I have for many people who write memoirs, is how did you remember those details? And not just that portrait, and that, but many, many times throughout the book. How did you remember all of those details?
I know a couple of people have asked me that question, and I don't know. The answer is like that image is like frozen in my head. I mean, that particular one is something that happened every day. That's what the start of school looks like for every day for a lot of kids across New York. But it's like burned into my brain. And yet I'll have giant, swaths of time where there's nothing. But when I have a memory, they tend to be like really, really vivid. And
In Technicolor.
In Technicolor. And I can just go right back and just try to get it all down. Yeah.
Okay, okay. A turning point for you happened in high school when you discovered King Lear. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I had, it was very random. I had stolen a cup of coffee from the teacher's lounge and I needed a place to hide and drink it. And I went into this empty classroom and there was a couple bookshelves by the desk. And I decided if I crouched down there to drink the stolen cup of coffee, nobody would see me. And I crouched onto the floor and then I saw this book in the shelf. And I think in my mind, I pronounced it like King Lear. I had no idea what it was. And I pulled it off, and I just thought, well, I'll just waste some time. There'll be pictures. I thought it was maybe some, Knights of the Round Table thing. And I pull it off, and I start to read it, and I was blown away. The language, obviously, it's Shakespeare. I had never read anything like that before, and I was obsessed. I cut the whole rest of the day of school, and I read the entire play, and that just sparked me into this Shakespeare obsession.
And it also just changed you as a student, correct? You did a collage based on what you read of King Lear, and a teacher spotted this spark, and you went and got into advanced placement class in English. And was this really what led you to college? Do you think you would have even gone to college? Well, your mother did go to college.
My mother did go to college. My father did go to college. But this was the spark for me. I wasn't sure about college. I wasn't, not all my friends were either. But it just sucked me right up. And I finally had something to be passionate about in school while I was in high school and then going forward.
At some point, Mark's business started to tank. The perks started to dwindle, and he and your mother broke up. Did you stay in touch with Mark?
I did. Yeah, I did stay in touch with Mark. It wasn't super frequently, but we certainly had a share of dinners and phone conversations all the way up until he passed just 2 years ago now.
Okay. And you said you stayed in touch with Esther, Lynette, and Ollie.
Oh, yeah. Esther, Lynette, and Allie, they're all my best friends.
What's Esther doing now?
Esther is a teacher in Oakland, California. Lynette is a teacher in Queens. And Allie is actually just herself becoming a teacher. She'll be here in the city, special ed. She got her degree at night.
Okay. So you all turned out pretty good.
We all turned out pretty good for all that trouble we got in.
At the end of your book, you write about meeting Joe Byrne, a working class guy in a bar in the West Village. And you talk about the ways that both he and Mark influenced you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Joe Byrne was this South Boston guy who would move to New York, but he looked to me to be a construction worker or a contractor. I served him for years behind my family bar, but I didn't actually know that was true. I just made this presumption that he was a construction worker. And one day, in a story, I don't know if I should tell or let you read it in the book, I find out that he is not a construction worker. He's a really interesting guy with a really crazy backstory.
So basically, you can't judge people by their cover.
That's it.
And that was a lesson from Joe. And the lesson from Mark?
The lesson from Mark is just, don't let your background or where you grow up, affect who you want to be or can be. Him treating me like I was his peer, this genius, multi-millionaire business consultant. I mean, that
really expanded your
mind.
Your world and your vision of what you could be.
Yeah.
What do you want readers to take away from the book?
Well, here's what I want readers to take away from the book. We have not had a book written by a working class New York woman about us since A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Really. This is
you're right.
It's an astonishing fact.
Right, I thought about that, and I said, well, what's in between, right?
There's really nothing. It was published 73 years ago. So, that's a long time. That's my mother's lifetime that her voice has been, just not heard from in literature. And so I want people to take away with the book like, here's who we are. In some ways, you're going to read my book and you're going to say, this is exactly what I thought working class women in New York were like. And then in some ways, you're going to be like, this is not at all what I thought it was like. I want people to read it just for that. Get a picture of who we are. The blue-collar core of New York is kind of disappearing. And then the women were never heard from. So how about you know a little bit of who we are before we're gone? And then at the same time, I guess I'd also add to that I hope just that because I wrote this book, some other woman writes a better one.
Okay. So we had Francie.
Yeah.
Now we've got Tara, and
yeah.
who knows who's going to be next.
Yeah.
We're out of time. I want to thank Tara Clancy for joining me. The Clancys of Queens has just been published by the Crown Publishing Group, and it really is a delightful read. For the City University of New York and 1 to 1, I'm Sheryl McCarthy. If there are any people you'd like to hear from or topics you'd like us to explore, please let us know. You can write to me at CUNY TV, 365 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10016, or you can go to the website at cuny.tv and click on Contact Us. I look forward to hearing from you.